folks, and welcome back to Required Reading on Retro Games with Nick. Today, we will be reading through Computer Gaming World from March 1999. I believe this is number 176. We're gonna have Computer Gaming World as our backbone for most of Required Reading, just because it is so neatly and nicely organized, and most of the back issues like literally from the time period that we're looking for, 1984 to 2006, are included and saved and easy to access. So we're going to use it for most of these. And then we're probably also going to look at Edge and PC Gamer as much as we can. Do the archiving on those is not quite as consistent, so we might need to sort of jump back and forth on a couple of issues. For example, I don't have access to the PC Gamer issue from March 1999. PC Gamer was actually not 99. Yeah, that's fine. PC Gamer was actually not out yet in March 1994, which is the last step of the last issue that we looked at. And so we're just going to jump straight into Computer Gaming World. So, on the cover, we see we're reviewing Thief, Populous 3, Tomb Raider 3, Heretic 2, and more. Half-Life strategy maps. So Half-Life came out, of course, the previous year and was a big deal. I have no idea what Slave Zero is. I don't think I've ever heard of it, so. Full-page ad for Unreal Tournament. I don't really understand how the ad was supposed to be structured. Oh, it was a spread, right? It was like a poster. It was over 3 pages. That's why. This is the first page, and these are the next two. The only game bigger than Cartman's big fat ass. Oh, this is the. I guess the Sat Park FPS also came out for PC. I only knew of it as a Nintendo 64 game. We should probably check that out. StarCraft Brood War advertising a lurker, a medic, and a few extra Protoss units. Kingpin Life of Crime. Never heard of this one. Lots of ads. Cute. You have been selected to lead the Rogue Squadron in combat against the Empire. Here's your draft card. And it's a 3D accelerator card. Alright. I don't know if there's anything in the table of contents that we're interested in, so let's just go straight in. Civilization Call to Power, is this an expansion to Civ 1? I'm actually not sure. Let me check that. Civilization Call to Power. No, it's part of the Civilization series, but it's a separate game. Well, yeah, but this time Mayor was doing Alpha Centauri, so yeah, this was an Activision related game. Future licensing disputes between Avalon Hill and Macroprose. And in 1999 it was consolidated into the Civilization franchise. Okay. Moreno. Annihilation Kingdoms. This is another game that I heard so many good things about as an RTS that I've never really dug into. Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun. There are so many good games. Like, okay, going back to the top. Unreal Tournament, I don't really care about mostly because it's a multiplayer game. This is not a good game. I just am attached to it because of the Nintendo 64. But StarCraft Brood War. Rogue Squadron 3D, Annihilation Kingdoms, Tiberian Sun, Soul Reaver. These are all bangers. Descent 3. I don't know what this is. Reality versus fun. The debate continues. Yeah. It feels better to win when it looks right, feels right, and acts right from a real world perspective. Yeah, this is not a great editorial. Sierra Studios. Half-Life? Great. Wait, was Half-Life published by Sierra? Damn. Caesar 3. I just love this kind of game. King's Quest Mask of Eternity. Is this officially part of the series? King's Quest Mask of Eternity. Yeah, it's King's Quest 8. It was the first in series to use a full 3D engine. It was the last one, which is not a good sign. And Return to Krondor. I've heard of this one. I probably also have it on GOG. It's like a D&D-ish game, I think. EA Cricket 97, one of these surprisingly charming experiences that can bring a smile to even the most jaded of computer gaming journalists. Oh, I guess there was a lockout at the time. Oh, they're complaining that EA is not porting some games to PC. EA Sports specifically is not porting some games to PC. More game. Heretic 2. No, I've never heard of Heretic 2. I didn't even know it was 3D. Was it good? Heretic 2. Fine. 8 out of 10s, generally speaking. It's a mix of platform and shoot 'em ups. I have to say, compared to the 1994 issue that we read last time, it feels like there's a lot more ads. Maybe it's because the ads are double spread, the two-page spreads, but boy, that feels like a lot. Letters. Aliens versus Predator. Is this the one developed by Monolith? Monolith Soft? AMD Professional Gamer League. Who could forget Thresh, Nine Everlast, Immortal, and Hawk 3? video card is not supported by most 3D games. Just because the video card is the word 3D and it's, I mean, it's a 3D card. Which card was this? Diamond Stealth 3D 2000 Pro with 4 megabytes. I mean, so this reader asks, I wonder what minimum means. It means the minimum necessary for the game to run. Not to run well, run. Ooh, Gabriel Knight 3. Love this game. Love this game. Blood was the gift. Life eternal, the promise. But every gift comes with a price. Oh, demos on the CD. Alien vs. Predator Marine demo. Descent 3 game guide. They're just sample guides from GameSpot's GameGuides.com. This is hilarious. You know, early internet days, people would just put on CDs a lot of like web pages, basically. Brick Squadron, Slave Zero. Oh, this is just an AVI. Look for a full playable demo next month. Oh, this is that Wheel of Time FPS that they made. Okay, Games of the Year. Announcing the 1999 CGW Premiere Award nominees. So the nominees are... And next month we'll see the winners. Oh, and they were doing the official award ceremony of GameSpot TV. Wow, this is crazy. Battlezone, Half-Life, Heretic 2. Oh, Heretic 2, okay. Rainbow Six and Thief for action. Blackstone Chronicles, Grand Fandango, King's Quest 8, Red Guard, and Sanitarium for adventure. Grand Fandango probably won this one. Actually, yeah, that's good. Let me actually make a note of who I think the winners are. And then we're gonna see how they compare to the actual winners. For action, there's no doubt in my mind. It's gonna be Half-Life. It's gotta be Half-Life. Adventure, I would go with Grand Fandango. But it is mostly because, like, King's Quest 8, Red Guard, and Blackstone Chronicles, I've never really, like, I know of them, but they're never mentioned as something that people were just like, oh my god, this game works great, right? Sanitarium, I actually heard a lot of good stuff about, but also never played. Ooh, RPG is tough. RPG is really tough. I'm gonna go with Fallout 2. I feel like Final Fantasy VII was more of a console game, even at the time when people were just like, "Yeah, it's fine. If I wanted to play this, I would look at the console." So I think that Fallout 2, with its choices and stuff, probably more than Baldur's Gate. Yeah, my gut goes with Fallout 2, I think. Simulation, I cannot pick. I don't know any of these games. They're all flat simulators, sort, whatever. Space simulation, same. Sports, I don't care. Driving, I'm gonna go with Grand Prix Legends. I feel like out of the bunch, it's the one that I've heard the most about, but I'd be completely wrong there. StarCraft, clearly strategy. War games, whatever. Hardware, of course, whatever. Add-ons. Ooh. I'm thinking Rise of Rome. Rise of Rome. I think that they wouldn't give it to StarCraft both strategy and add-on. I'm also it's unclear to me how both of them qualify. Like they can't have come out in the same year, right? They can't both have come out in 1998. StarCraft. StarCraft released in March. Oh, and Brood War released in December. Wow. Also, did you know that there were other StarCraft things that are not just StarCraft and StarCraft Brood War? They were licensed but not made by Blizzard. Fascinating. Oh, okay. Okay. So those are our picks. Half-Life, Grim Fandango, Fallout 2, Grand Prix Legends, StarCraft, and Age of Empires Rise of Rome. We'll see next month if we've gotten it right. We probably got a lot of it wrong, just because I'm looking at them from the perspective not of um like what people in 1999 thought were the best games, but the games that lasted the longest. And, some of it will probably match with what people liked in 1999, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, fucking Might and Magic 6 might have, like, dominated the things back in the day, but today nobody really cares about it because the Might and Magic franchise just, like, dropped off a cliff kind of thing. Vampire the Masquerade. Oh, these are the first screenshots of what will be Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, isn't it? I want to suck your blood. Maxis. Oh wow. This is a preview. Well, not a preview, a little blurb about The Sims, huh? The Sims can be an interactive situation comedy, soap opera, or wide open experiment in artificial life. God, I remember when The Sims came out. I remember. Welcome 4.0. Eh. You know that they knew that simulation games were such a, like a niche thing that even then they just put a bunch of news that was simulation related in its own little box in its own little corner and be like, yeah, if you care about it, it's here. Otherwise, yeah, let's move on. Baldur's Gate with the expansion coming soon. Explore an immense, intricate game world from cloud-covered mountains and rain-drenched plains to dark catacombs and abandoned temples, all meticulously rendered in lush 16-bit SVGA graphics. More than 100 spells. If the internet is a primordial soup of startup ventures, online game companies are some of the first organisms that crawled into the beach. Some of these creatures were too weak to survive, while others evolved trying to better their chances. It's still a young market and a bit early to declare winners, but we thought it was time to check up on the players. One cautionary note: subscriber numbers can only be obtained from the respective companies, and some of these companies were unwilling to release them, who were not able to independently verify usage numbers. Incidentally, the term subscriber is used rather liberally in the industry. Games who play the free stuff as users, and subscribers those who pay to play. Wango. It's so weird here because they're mixing platforms and services and just games. Like Ultima Online is just a game. Is it still active? OWO.com? No, not anymore. Zone. These are just people offering like servers for online games to players, I guess. Wild. $9.95 a month for Ultima Online subscription. Reader 3, Adventures of Lara Croft. Plow through 5 continents with extreme prejudice and a grenade launcher. Wreak havoc through snow, wind, and rain with jaw-dropping realism. Blaze India and hammer into London, Antarctica, Area 51, and the South Pacific. Enjoy an international diplomatic immunity with a set of 9mm as your passport. Oh god, they were so try-hard. The Commando's expansion was out. Sneak preview. Interstate 82. The sequel to Interstate 76 Vehicular Combat. I have not heard of either of these. Interstate 76. 76 after that game, otherwise it's giving me the actual. Was this called something else? Is it related to Vigilante 8? Looks a flux. Interesting. Hot vehicles to choose from. Well, more vehicles to choose from, including this classic hot rod and motorcycles. Play fast, play free, play for keeps. Fast free online gaming, heat.net. Again, very try hard. Aliens versus Predator. All of the alien and predator moves and one thing in common, extraterrestrial killing machines that you just couldn't help wanting to see more of. Was this one versus Predator game? Not the 2010 game. No. What's wrong with these games? Okay, it's Aliens versus. It was developed by Rebellion, who are the Sniper Elite people. I guess these days are known as the Sniper Elite people. Yeah, so I have fondness for Alien vs. Predator 2, which is made by Monolith Soft. I don't know how good this one is. Multiplayer and deathmatch levels, spread for all three types. All the debate I'm playing right now only has summoned levels and partial weapon lists for each character. The aliens don't have weapons that can crawl around ceilings. Fast attack. I think despite the poor graphics, which, was necessary at the time, this was revolutionary because the three factions really played completely differently. Oh, that's for like over 2 pages, splitting the blurb. That's not great. Plans coming soon. I just bring some fighting moves to the fantasy RPG. It's a Diablo-ish game. Multiple environments. Actually 3D polygons. More action-oriented. If you're looking for a dialogue-heavy RPG of yore, look elsewhere. This is not your grandpa's RPG. Something tells me it didn't go great because nobody really remembers Revenant. Descend 3. Oh, sneak previews? Yeah, still sneak previews. I guess at its core, it's still an FPS. It's just that you can move around a little bit more and you're not stopped by gravity. Forsaken was a clone of Descent, I guess. Forsaken for Nintendo 64, in my mind, was a clone of Descent. Dramamine cubed. Army Man, oh my god. Hero Howard. This is a cover story. I should probably flip the page. Rotate. Wishes to get a giant mech-like robot for your birthday, do you? Carefully read the manual before safely practice complicated precision maneuvers in a parking lot. Leisurely stroll down to your local 7-Eleven for a refreshing cherry Slurpee. Show your friends the cool gauges and instruments that monitor every aspect of your giant robot's performance. Burn the manual, crush every car inside, obliterate the 7-Eleven, and show your friends how disruptive a missile-spitting death machine can be at the escapades. Oh. But for all of you right-thinking, bloodlusting, rampage-hungry, disposable destructions who pick D, Accolade has come up with the game you've been waiting for. Well, the story behind Slave Zero isn't likely to hit the New York Times bestseller list anytime soon. It sets up the action nicely. It is in third person. Bringing a sense of scale that comes. What would you? Who would put things that you would have to rotate the magazine to read? Like that makes no sense to me. Enemies and weapon being introduced. There's objectives, so it's not just find the exit kind of thing. It is really describing the game in a way that we don't really do these days because probably they didn't have you didn't have access at the time of videos. Like most of the stuff that they're describing, I could just like look up a video, like a long play, and just see what the game looks like. Back in the day, you just had to describe it with the use of screenshots. I guess this was not a review. This was just again a preview, story preview. Oh, here's a Meta Magic 3. Again, the hits keep coming. Speed Freaks 3D card roundup. And benchmarks. Benchmarks when they meant a lot at the time. First Homeworld coming soon. It's, what is this an ad for? Is it? No, for real. These two pages are kind of. Oh, Homeworld. You can see the symbol. No hype, all game. More video cards. I don't know enough on the hardware side to give any comments on it. Imperialism too. The Age of Exploration. Back when I guess imperialism could be used in a somewhat neutral context. This looks like a 4X. They were using the first two rock as a benchmark. We're in the games at 800 times 16 times 600 times 16. Seven Kingdoms 2, the Frith Brighton Wars. This is the Empire Builder, but more. Hardware news. Great Effects announced the acquisition of a board maker. Interestingly enough, system OEM graphics market was the lion's share already in the day. This is getting really hardware nerdy. Interesting. Complaining about fast moving technology and chips. I want a lowly Pentium 166. No MMX Molectin with Unreal will run with all the options. Thanks very much. More RAM is the first question. Oh, these are the ones that were selling pre-built, as we were just saying. God. This ad. Oh, this ad. Who is this ad even for? It for like 20 something year olds looking to get married? Is it for already married people? Or is it for like teenagers? They're just like, oh yeah, he would so kick her ass at Quake. Like I just don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, you can't really read it, but all systems at 64 or 128 megabytes of RAM. Pentium 2s across the line here. Ooh, DVD ROMs are starting to be included in some of these higher builds. The big that ticket item, of course, being the graphics card. Oof. No holds barred. $7,436. USD from 1999. Adjusted for inflation. Well, what did we say? 7,436. It would be about 14 grand to spend on a rig. Well, I guess you're adding $1,000 of the time for a driving control, which like what? No, no, that's funny. And the lean and mean one would still come out to like about $3,000 today. You know, just for inflation, whatever that means. But Microsoft Digital Sound System, GameStick 3D USB. This is a Need for Speed partner. Just a straight up DVD drive. Oh deal. By Monolith Productions. Oof. Let's see, tons of reviews. Though a lot of them seem to be like 2 or 3 a page, but pleasant surprises this month. Tomb Raider 3, West Front, I've heard of it, Deer Hunter 2. Coaster of the month, TNN Pro Hunter. 5-star must play, 4-star very good, 3-star average. I guess this is still part of the King's Quest ad. Looks like, based on the framing. Oh, and this includes the previous month's games that they loved and hated. Half-Life 5 stars. Fallout 2 4, Grim Fandango 4.5. Oh, Command is only 2.5. Interesting. I thought they would be better. 4.5 for Caesar the Third. That's good. 4 stars for Age of Rome. See? Thief, the Dark Project. This is the first one, right? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Thief, the Dark Project. Yeah. The second one is called Thief 2 and will come out the next year. Integral part of Garrett, an established thief of no small skill, her individuals has the ability to remain utterly unnoticed in a crowd. First-person perspective game. It's not a shooter. Your goal isn't to kill things, to liberate other people's property. Stealth is your most valuable asset. There's the jewel that typical thief tells you how exposed you are to light. Play balancing is an issue. The missions are big and tough. Sometimes it's just too dark. But even list all the tools you have. That's funny. Alright, Tifa's known for having a bunch of like different arrow tools that you could use. Rope arrow, gas arrow, moss arrow. 4.5 stars. Novel approach to first person gaming, but very difficult mission. Difficulty advanced. Heretic 2. With a decent high, terrifying lows, and treasures fun of Heretic 2, this game is a blast. The conceptual follow-up to Raven's original Hexen and Heretic titles, this one is one of the few games of its kind to actually enjoy genuine plot history. Is what's the order of the Hexen Heretic games? Yeah. Heretic, then Hexen, then Hexen 2, then Heretic 2. Okay. Person perspective. Lara Croft wouldn't last a day in this nightmare. Control. Targeting takes against target of dispatching ghouls. Like, look at how little this review is actually saying, though. Optional targeting takes the guesswork. The fully customizable keyboard, joystick, and or mouse make commanding Corvus seem like second nature. This is the Quake 2 engine, doesn't require 3D hardware. It feels like this review is not telling us what the game is. I guess it's just a first person shooter. I guess third person shooter, but yeah. Join the team. Fear to talk. Oh, this is like an online headset kind of thing. Dark Vengeance. It's a shooter with a sword and sorcery one. Tomb Raider 3, worthy sequel. 4.5 stars. Oh, Blood 2. Blood 2 was this late? I had not realized that Blood 2 was a 3D game. Centipede. Oh, this is like a Centipede arcade tribute. That's cute. Like they were doing like Pac-Man World and stuff. Death cards. Dump. Ever had a wet dream about what squad-based first-person action should be? It was probably Star Siege Tribes. ODT, whatever this is a weak Tomb Raider clone. Yep. Everyone's probably all skips here. A couple of digital pinballs. I had Big Race USA as a pinball table. But we're not in Sims, so we're just gonna skip straight through all of this. Oh, Redguard. Wait, Redguard? Wasn't Redguard nominated for one of the Game of the Year awards? Yeah, it was. Okay. Feels a little late for you to nominate it if you're reviewing it. When a new copy of Heroes of Unreal Tomb Raiding Jedi Mix comes in, we're left arguing about how it's a sim, adventure, action, or strategy game all at once. Such is the case with Bethesda's Redguard. An adventure game with enough action. Maybe there's a swashbuckling action. Non-linear. Even in 1999, Bethesda was known for making buggy games. This is ridiculous. It's stiff, hard to control. Not as fluid as Lara or even a Prince Persia. Slowdowns. The hand on the volume knob when talking to certain people. Interesting. Honestly, reading this review makes me go like, I want to try it now. Is this Red Jack? Appeal for parents with lots of patience. Lands of Lore 3. Looks like a dungeon crawler. With babes. $4.99, 4.5 stars because it's FIFA. Have you ever dreamed of giving your golf opponent a serious handicap with an exploding plasma ball? Let's be honest, we all have. Time to Die Baby Part 2. Oh, not particularly interested in hunting games either. Lynx LS 1990. I guess this was the realistic golf simulation at the time, huh? Real-time voice chat seemed to be a problem with the servers. God. Nice pom-poms. The nice scenery displays on the tip screen between quarters gives you a pretty idea of the market this game is going for. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Populous to beginning. Games spin not only your delusions of godhood somewhat real by giving you divine providence for a simulated ancient world, but also were the precursors to the modern real-time strategy game. Bullfrog wanted to do a sequel, but decided to make Carpet instead. Now they did it. Apparently it's very good. Oh, they kinda swapped the thing. Into this is another funny intro. When Populous 2 was released 7 years ago on the late lamented Amiga, a game that lets you take control of a god was considered somewhat controversial. In today's world of 3D shooters staring murdering angels, that may seem a bit naive. Yes, so the idea is that you used to only be able to control the big picture of your followers, but you could change the terrain however you wanted to, and this is doing the opposite. That's kind of more of an RTS than of a god game. Railroad Tycoon 2. This is probably a game that I would like to try. You make 90% of your money in the stock market rather than running your railroad. You must master the market. You can neglect your railroad. You can even run it into the ground to turn the stock price down and make money by selling the short stock. Oh god. Fascinating. It's really more than a railroad sim game, it's a stock market sim game. undo or survey. Interesting that this person had strong enough ideas about railroad tycoons to be like, this one I would like changed in the next one. Skills 250 meters per hex, 6 minutes per turn, and focuses on platoon battery-sized units. Infantry is too strong in the early battles. Two rounds of infantry platoons are the most efficient tank killers. Again, this person had strong enough thoughts about World War II simulations. It's just like, the infantry shouldn't be able to stand out like that and survive. Gate. This is kind of like XCOM-ish, huh? Grand base fans looking for an XCOM fix. Satire game about the state of the computer industry. Wheel of Fortune, 2.5 stars. It's Wheel of Fortune. Oh, this is not a strategy. Grand Fandango. Sound of puzzles. Some tips on how to do them. I get these are supposed to be hints. But, like... And maybe it's that I don't remember Grim Fandango well enough, but this seems so... just... like... Too bad the message from Salvador came in too late to save the ship's crew. Now you have to save yourself in Claudius. In this case, half a loaf or ship is better than one. If you hear anchors away in your head, that's a hint. Just be sure you get off to the right start. What? Like, yeah, it's not a walkthrough, it's just a hint, and maybe in context that makes more sense, but... Oh, Half-Life maps. Oh, multiplayer maps. No thanks. Warlords 3. skilled and gifted you should avoid. Beach, bonus AP, Wimpy, good perks to set. General tips for Thief that they just reviewed. Daikatana. Oof. Duke Nukem Forever, release March 99. Yeah, sure. I don't know what Shogun Mobile Harbor Division is, but people seem to really like it. Chris Montana was out at this time. And Sanitarium, like I told you, Sanitarium. People really like that game. The Jack games were out already? No clue. The original You Don't Know Jack was from September 1995. How did that even work? For phones and internet and party pack. Heroes 2, I assume this means Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Annihilation. Big hit. I don't understand. This article is satirical or something. This article is turning me off hard. That's the end of it. So, pretty interesting issue overall. Let me add another list. Oh my god, I like lists. March 1999 games to check out. And like part of me also wants to look at the ads, but I should ignore the ads really. We're gonna get to the ad games one way or another, right? Um, so just looking at the reviews. God, it's good though. So good. The ads are doing the thing the ads want me to do. For the reviews. Oh, I had missed the ad for this absolutely garbage Nintendo 64 Castlevania game. The Still Slave Zero. The ads are really interesting, but I should ignore them. This is the hardware. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you know what? Instead of being scrolling, I should make it so that the view is contiguous. So Eve, we should check out Heretic 2. And Dark Vengeance, whatever. Tomb Raider 3, just because it's a classic. Blood 2, I know, probably not. Like, I look at these and it doesn't look good. Redguard. Skip the Deer Hunter games. Focus the beginning, they didn't really sell me on it, to be honest. Railroad Tycoon 2. Westfront. I was actually curious about this one. Which is weird because I'm not big into war games and strategy games like that, but Chaos Gate or 40K Chaos Gate. Good, good, and that's it. So in terms of just reviews, Thief, Heretic 2, Tomb Raider 3, Redguard, Railroad Tycoon 2, Westfront, and Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate. So we'll check out on GOG which one of these are available. And maybe I'll do a stream where I can just put all of them up and sort of see what they look like in person. Let me also look at the ads and see which ad games I'm interested to play. Well, StarCraft doesn't count. Rogue Squadron doesn't count. Total Annihilation. Items. Furion Sun. Solar Reaver. That's more of a PS game, really. Honestly, the Sin 3 sounded interesting. But Westfront already have. Are these people? SGA Combat. I'm trying to see if these people were like programmers or related to like veterans or something. I don't know about King's Quest 8. The screenshots aren't really selling me on it. Heretic 2, it's already on the list. Gear Knight, I love it. X-Wing Alliance, I'm not big into those games. Wheel of Time. Well, no, this is because of me, not because of that. So let's be honest. Yeah, Baldur's Gate and the expansion. Not. Mando's, they said it was not good. This honestly looks pretty good. Gangsters, organized crime. Was this a Bungie game? Myth 2? I don't know what it is. I guess we skipped the review because it was in a previous thing, probably. But oh, good. Uh, here is 3. 3, of course. World. This is intriguing to me, but the screenshots seem just a little too old. Seven Kingdoms. This one I looked at and was like 7-2. No. King's Quest 8 is already on the list. This is coming soon, so we're not gonna add to this just yet. Fallout 2, I mean, we know it's good. This is a very European slash German that I'm like, meh. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll review it and I'll be like, oh, it's actually great. But I miss this one, this Klingon diplomacy, Klingon honor guard game. I love Shadow. Yeah, no, just look at maybe it's good, but eh. Westwood. Westwood is known for Command and Conquer, so it's kind of weird. It's kind of like fantasy game, but oh, but this is the game that we're talking about the FPS with the angel, huh? You're an angel. Your name is Malaki. That's ancient Hebrew for badass mother. Fucker. They didn't say the fucker part, but they clearly implied it. I don't know what these ads on the right are for. Shadowcompany.com. Interactive man. I think we're almost up to the end, yeah. So people back in the day, they were people on PC were feasting, man. Like just this month, Thief is a must play for sure. There's some other good games that are sort of more like back in those days kind of games, right? With Heretic 2 and Tomb Raider 3 and Red Guard. Um, but the ads, man, stuff that the ads was advertising. There's some like bangers here. Alright, so I will look at GG, see what's there, and maybe one of these days the streaming. One of these days when we stream on Twitch.tv Sonic Games on Nick, what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out all the games from March 1999. Just play them for like 10-15 minutes each and sort of see what they're like. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. This was Required Reading on youtube.com/ at retro-games with Nick, where we read through Computer Gaming World number 176 from March 1999. As usual, you can find these at the link that is posted in the description so you can read it along. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what things from this issue like jumped at you. I don't really know much about hardware, so if you're a hardware fanatic, let me know what you thought of the hardware section in the first place. Um, and I'll be streaming live on Tuesdays and Thursdays on twitch.tv/games with Nick. Tuesday is more of a modern game, currently Final Fantasy 13. Thursdays is my retro day stream. We've been playing Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. We're either finishing that or we're doing something else. But make sure to come check me out. Make sure to check out the main channel as well, youtube.com/games with Nick, where some of the games that we're seeing here, like Gabriel 3 full playthrough, posted on that channel. So feel free to check that out. And I think that's it. So thank you for watching and signing off. This is Nick telling you to let us retro play together.